Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Shavi Zane, and I'm coming back on to do a discussion for the 144,000, the chosen seed. I'm glad that you all can join me at this time. I hope that everybody has been doing well, doing what's necessary to stay balanced and to remain on your path. Okay, so today I'm going to be just talking about. I feel like today the discussion needs to be about love, okay, for the 144,000. This is not something that I have spoken about at this time. I mean, I've spoken about it in small, spurts in my previous videos, but at this time I want to just specifically focus in on love. I feel like right now for the 144,000, we're in this energy of having to release the past, and I feel it's more so on an emotional level, releasing the past in terms of past relationships, and not just the people, but also the emotions that's associated with those past relationships, as well as the traumas that we may have had to go through within those relationships, the heartache, the pain, all of those things that was associated with those relationships from a negative aspect. I feel like right now is a time to really focus in on releasing so that you can create a new structure in terms of what love looks like for you. I feel like right now the 144,000 have been, many of us have been in hermit mode, and have been working on ourselves, working on healing ourselves, working on building and strengthening ourselves, and focusing in on our purpose, focusing in on our divine path, learning about who we are, and what our purpose is here at this time. And so love is now becoming something that I feel we're starting to think about more. We're wanting our companion, we're wanting our divine partners in our lives to help balance out, our energy, because we're talking about bringing the masculine and the feminine energies together, and that's as a whole throughout humanity. Everything has a masculine and feminine component, including energy. Okay, we're all, everything is energy, but then there's also, if you look at it from even dissecting it and breaking it down, everything has its masculine and feminine component. And so we do desire our partnerships, but we had to go through certain lessons with past karmic partners in order to build us up and to help us to see what it is that we do not need to take with us as we build this new kingdom. Okay, and so it has taught us some vital lessons about self-love, about learning how to go with what actually builds you up rather than staying connected and tied to what is tearing you down, and to allow yourself to release when necessary. That's the component of self-love. So that's what our path has put us in, a position to have to release karmic partnerships in order to learn how to love ourselves and to know that we are good enough and that we are worthy of real love. Okay, and so love is the energy, is the highest vibrational energy that exists. Okay, there's nothing that exists that's more highly vibrational than love. And so when you operate from a space of love, you're actually allowing yourself to welcome in so many other things, that that's tied to that, because love is a very magnetic energy. It actually draws in those things that, those blessings, those things that you are manifesting, and it draws in abundance to you. It does all of these things. But when you're acting in opposition to love, in that energy of hate or fear or bitterness or any of those low vibrational emotions, then you're actually repelling all of those beautiful things that you have the potential to attract to you. You're repelling those things and you're actually attracting the opposite to you. And you might have spurts where you're able to attract abundance, but it doesn't last long because you're not operating from a space of love in what you're doing. And so this is why we had to get still. This is why we had to go into a space of solitude. This is why we had to go into a space of emotional withdrawal and releasing ourselves from not just partnerships, not just karmic partnerships, but also karmic family members, karmic friendships, karmic careers. So many different things that we had to release ourselves from in order to balance ourselves within. And so I feel like we're in that energy of doing that. And because of that, we are attracting an abundance of love, an abundance of financial wealth, an abundance of peace, an abundance of beautiful partnerships, friendships, and the your true soul tribe. Okay, we're attracting our true soul tribe to us. And so we're still in this energy of releasing those things that do not serve us. And I feel like it's also very important for us to get into this energy of flexibility. Okay, because flexibility is very important in terms of creating a solid foundation. I feel like in the past you might have built up this very rigid energy where you was very focused in on functioning in a specific way in order to make things happen or in order to create a foundation, but that foundation was not meant to last. It was not meant to be your lifetime foundation. You're actually moving towards creating that. We're doing that collectively, okay? And so right now you should be focusing in on what emotions you need to release, and rebalancing yourself, because I feel like a lot of us are getting ready to come into our divine partnerships. Many of us are getting ready to meet our divine partner, especially if you know yourself that you have actually found that internal balance within. You've done the healing work, you've done the leg work, and you are operating in your divine purpose. Because one thing that's very important to know is that you're not going to attract your divine partner until you are actually rooted in your divine purpose, okay? Because your divine partnership, that soulmate person, you might have met that person, but you're not going to end up in a relationship with them until you are rooted in your purpose. And the sole reason behind that is because these connections are very powerful. They're very magnetic. And when you meet this person, you just know. You just know that this is your person. You just know that this is someone that was divinely created for you. You just know that this is your other half, okay? Your yin to your yang. You just know this. And so it's very easy, if you're still not healed, if you're still in the energy of codependency, if you're still in the energy of pleasure seeking behaviors, you could become addicted to that person and their energy, because it is one of those things that's just it's a very powerful energy when you connect with your divine partner. Like I said, even if it's just meeting them and not being with them. And so it's very important to heal first, okay? You're not going to be able to be with that person until you heal and balance yourself out internally and connect yourself on a spiritual level. You have yourself in alignment and balance, okay? Your chakras are aligned. Everything is flowing, the way it's supposed to. You have your divine connection to the Most High. You know who you are. You're seated in your power. You have released fear. You have released lack mentality. You are rooted in your purpose, okay? When you are in that energy, that's when you're able to actually begin your divine path with your specifically crafted masculine or feminine, okay? And so it's very important to, in this energy, embrace this time alone. Embrace this energy of being alone so that you can really make sure that you're ready and prepared when this love comes into your life, because it's going to be something that you've never experienced before, okay? The Most High crafted it that way so that our connections are blissful. Our connections are the type of connections that are, you're not going to be able to compare it to anything that you have dealt with in the past, okay? And it's going to open up so many doorways, because now you're going to be projecting an energy of love that's even much more powerful than the energy that you project alone, because now you have your divine partnership with you. And so there's this a whole lot of bliss that you feel internally just because you're connected with someone who was specifically crafted for you, okay? And so right now you're needing to be more flexible in terms of releasing those things that don't serve you and getting rooted in your purpose, okay? Whatever that looks like for you. Releasing emotions that don't serve you and getting rooted in your inner balance, okay? Your inner peace. Making sure that you're stable in that internally. As within, so without. And so I'm also feeling like in this energy of you're going to have to start communicating as well. So you might want to work on your throat chakra, because you're going to need to speak your truth, okay? And I feel like if you have already connected with your divine partner, there might be some hesitation in terms of how this is going to work, where things are going to go, because many of the divine connections are not necessarily two people that come from the same background or that have you might have a lot of opposites, okay, but you come together and it works. It makes sense, okay? And so it could be one of those situations where things, it might have started off wrong because you wasn't there. You wasn't ready. You wasn't prepared for that type of connection yet. You had a lot of healing that you needed to do. And so if you've already met your person, then the two of you probably had to separate for a time in order to heal individually before you could actually come back together, okay? You bring that balance within. You balance out your own masculine and feminine energy before you can attract your masculine or feminine to you and keep them there. Okay, so this is that energy of needing to embrace this time of stillness, embrace this time of where things, seems a little slow or stagnant in terms of your love life, because things are getting ready to take off. And when they do, you're going to have to take some risk. I feel like these partnerships are going to put you in a position where you have to take certain risk. This might mean going against what your so-called well, I'm not going to say your so-called family, but many of you know that you have karmic family members by now because you've had to release yourself from them. But you might have to say, okay, taking risks means, okay, I'm not going to be concerned about what my family members have to say in terms of what my love life should look like, because again, they can't love for you. The only one that can love for you is you. And so if your intuition is telling you that you have already connected with your divine partner, and you know that this is a person that you should be with, and you're being given that nudge to go towards them, then it's time for you to do that, especially if you know that you have found that inner peace and balance within. If you have not found that inner peace and balance within, then don't even go near them, because all you're going to do is cause more disruption, okay? And then it's going to take longer for the partnership to come together. So let me just pull some cards and see what the message is. If there's anything else that we need to know at this time. I don't want to make this video too long because it takes forever for my videos to upload. And I'm definitely rooted in my divine purpose, okay? This is one of my platforms that the Most High has instructed me to create. Let me see. I got one that fell on the floor. Okay. This says it's time for you to listen to your intuition and quit that job to build your business. Okay, so what do you need to release? Because we're talking about flexibility. I did mention flexibility, being flexible and creating this new foundation for yourself. Forgive yourself for not knowing you needed the lesson, even if it hurt. Okay, so that would be, I feel, in terms of those past relationships where, or anything, where you did not know, you wasn't fully aware, the veil had not been lifted from your eyes in order for you to understand what it is that you was dealing with at the time. Okay, you was not able to see things from a spiritual perspective. You were still looking at things from a physical perspective through your natural eyes versus your spiritual eyes. And so there was so many details that had been left out, that you got yourself wrapped up in situations that otherwise, had you been awakened, you would not have even went into that direction. And so forgive yourself for not knowing. You needed that lesson. Like I was telling you, we needed these lessons in order to build ourselves internally. For those of you who need to walk away from an old career, what do you need to release? It sounds like you need to quit a job that's no longer serving your divine path and go towards your business, because the Most High crafted it so that you will be successful in that. So you don't have to worry about, am I going to be abundant? Yes, you're going to be more abundant by taking the risk. When you just stay in something that you know you're not divinely guided to do, and it's in direct opposition to your spiritual path, then you're going to continue to attract scenarios and lessons to you until you actually make the decision to take the leap. The 144,000, yes, you are being put in a position where you have to take the leap. And if you don't take the leap, yes, we do have free will. If you don't take the leap, then you're just going to have to keep getting the lessons until you take the leap. So then you have here, consciously heal yourself and be patient with the process. So yes, be patient with the process. Everything that you do every day should be centered around staying balanced. So if you find yourself getting off track, or if you got kids that might be unruly, okay, because I got many of them, you have to recenter yourself, rebalance yourself, and to really see things from a spiritual perspective, okay? Do what's necessary on a conscious effort, on a regular basis to do that. And then you have here, ask your holy angels for guidance. Yes, I always go to my holy angels when I feel like I'm off balance, or if it's something that I need to know, or something that I'm really puzzled about, or I feel confused about. I speak out to them just like I'm talking to you all. I need y'all, because otherwise they're not going to impede on your free will. You speak out and you let them know that you need their help, then that's when you give them permission to step in and to help you with these things, even if it seems small and minute. That's what they're there for. It's your spiritual team, because as you know, we are spirits having a human experience. And so just like you would have a team in your physical life, people that surround you to support you, they are coming towards you. If you don't have them now, you will. You also have a spiritual team, okay? And so your holy angels are there. So speak out and ask them for help, and ask them for guidance when you feel stuck. Then you also have detached from that external method of pleasure. It is overstimulating you and blocking your creative nature. So my last video, this was something that came out very strongly in terms of releasing toxic behaviors, toxic addictions, anything that you're doing repetitively to release the dopamine and to help you to feel pleasure, you have to find that within. And if you have yet to find that balance within, then you're not ready for your divine partnership just yet, because what's going to happen is you're going to get with them, and while they're going to be great for stimulating that dopamine, if you know what I'm saying, you're going to find yourself addicted to them and codependent on them. Okay, and that's not good. You want to still be in that energy of having internal balance within yourself, where you're not codependent on anyone, anything, nothing external to you, even your divine partner. You only want to be in that energy of knowing that you are good enough, knowing that you are centered, you're balanced, and you're able to find internal pleasure, internal means of peace without using someone else to do that. Okay, because then that's, if you're codependent on your divine partner, it's going to bring toxicity to the relationship. It's going to build up resentment. It's going to cause control issues. All types of things will happen as a result of that type of energy. So that's why you want to be in a position right now of releasing those things, detaching those external measures of pleasure, because it is overstimulating you and it's blocking your creative gifts in terms of you being able to release that job. You might feel like you can't release the job because, okay, I have a business idea. Let's just say you have a business idea or a business plan, but you feel like you're just not ready. You feel like it's not going to be lucrative or abundant enough. That's only because you don't feel completely confident in your creative ability. So that's why you have to detach from that external measure of pleasure so that you can continue to sharpen your creative gift, because your sacral chakra right now is overstimulated if you are habitually doing that in terms of seeking external measures of pleasure, whatever that looks like for you. So a detox is I feel like a fast is in order right now, so that'll help you to release. Do intermittent fasting until you're able to say, I'm completely released myself from whatever that habit or addiction is. Yeah, look at that. Cleanse your physical environment. So that could be your actual vessel, or your physical environment around you, where you might need to release some things and get rid of some things. Because anytime you have a cluttered environment, then you're actually welcoming in lower level energies, lower level vibrational energies, because that's where they like to live. That's the perfect host for them to live. And so you want to keep your space you want to keep your place as organized as possible. For me, I have so many children. Sometimes it can get a little hectic because I'm cleaning. I got to find myself cleaning every 10 minutes, but at the same time, you have to try to find some measure of order, so that you don't welcome in certain types of energies, okay? And then you have here, well, this is not supposed to be in here, but I'll just take it, lacks motivation for fun. So it's time to get back out there, start celebrating, start enjoying life again, whatever that looks like for you. Let me just pull a couple of cards from this deck to see what you might need to release at this time. And then I'm going to close out. If you all desire a private session with me, you can always email me. I'll leave that in the description box. Yeah, extreme sensitivity to natural sunlight. So that's what I was just saying. Get outside so that you can, because that natural sunlight, especially if you find yourself having to wear shades all the time in the sunlight, or the sunlight is just too much for you, it's because you're not getting out enough. You need to take them shades off, because the eyes are the window to the soul. So you want to be able to sun gaze again. It's very important for the 144,000. It's actually going to help to align your chakras. It energizes you. It recharges you. And there's many messages that are within that energy, because the sun is the highest level of energy that exists within our solar system. So there's many messages that are going to come in to be able to unlock your DNA and help you to see things from a spiritual perspective. You also have here for the sacral chakra, being that your sacral chakra could be overactive because of this external measure of pleasure. You want to start using crystals such as carnelian, citrine, or amber. And you also want to say certain chants like VAM, or listening to 288 hertz. That's going to help with your sacral chakra. And also eating fruits and vegetables that's orange in color, or even wearing the color orange, meditating on the color orange. These things will help you to balance out your sacral chakra. This is another one for sacral chakra. It says blocked intimate relationships. So you might block out intimate relationships right now because your sacral chakra, it could be overstimulated to the point where you're only able to connect with people through sexual connections, where you're strongly attracted to people, and you find that initially that's where it is. It has to be this fiery, passionate thing, but the problem with those types of relationships is that it burns out very quickly, okay? And so you might block intimate relationships, the ones that require for you to be vulnerable and transparent and your authentic self, who you are truly in your nature, outside of the ego, outside of the materialism, outside of others, belief of who you are or who they have coined you to be. I'm talking about the core, the true person that you are. You block intimate relationships that expose you to that. And one thing about your divine partnership is that you will need to be transparent in who you are. And this is why it's so important for you to get centered and to heal before you connect with your divine partnership, because you're not going to be able to be transparent with someone if you're still hurt, if you're still holding on to pain, if you're still holding on to resentment or bitterness from your past, because there's still a wall that you will have up. And with that wall, it's going to cause you to block out the loving, kind nature that your divine partner, if you, let's just say you was to connect with your divine partner, you already have, and they was in a higher vibration than you are, they was already more healed and more centered and more balanced and knowing who they are, then what will happen is you will build up this automatic mountain, like this huge wall against this person, because there's something about their light that would make you feel intimidated. Their light would make you feel as if, okay, well, you're shining so bright that you might illuminate all of those dark things about me that I've been trying to hide behind this wall, which could be insecurities or childhood pain or anything, the different things. And so it's like you have to be ready for your divine partnership. So let me pull one more card here. I have, look, all of these cards say sacral chakra, okay? Sacral chakra, sacral chakra, sacral chakra. So that's what's been affecting the 144,000 the most. And this says fear. Fear stagnates growth, okay? And so this is all about releasing that fear so that you can create a new foundation for yourself, because all of this fear, when it comes to love and when it comes to doing things that you love and going after things that you are passionate about, and self-love, it all comes from the root of it is fear, okay? And that fear comes from many of the things that the 144,000 has gone through and had to grow through, and many lessons that we've had to learn. That's why it's so important to release those things now so that you can become more flexible for your divine purpose, and to know that you are taken care of, to know that you are safe, to know that it is okay to be transparent. It's actually what you need to be versus anything else. You want to be authentic and transparent in who you truly are, okay? Releasing the old version of yourself that was built on lies and that was built on having this protective armor, that was built on false relationships and people that was breaking you down and breaking your heart. No, you want to heal your heart so that you can get back balanced internally, so that you can be in a position to attract your masculine or your feminine to you. So that's what I have for the 144,000 the chosen. I love you all. Please be sure to like and subscribe to my channel if you find that my videos resonate with you, and I will talk to you all next time.